Hey, Fox Dan Heuntz here, and welcome back to more Endless Space 2, where we're playing the new player guide as the Horatio. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and don't forget, you might want to yell at your screen. Last episode, we did turn 1. What needs to be done in turn 1 to be pretty successful? And luckily, we have been. We don't have any strategic resources, and sometimes you might want to restart to hit that, but we're not. We're just going, because no matter what, we're going to win this. Unless something drastic happens. Like everyone forms an alliance. So there's 2 ways to achieve victory. One is just doing this solo, so gain a score of victory, a supremacy, gain one of these type of victories. Score is just you have the most score at turn 300. I don't think I've ever gotten to that point. We usually have won or lost before we get to the 300 turn marker. Supremacy is you own all major home worlds. Conquest is you own the most star systems. Science, you research those 4 techs I talked about. Economy, you have to produce a certain amount of money. This is 980,000 dust. Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is, because we're only making 23 the first turn. And then wonder, this time you build 3 of those obelisks of space-time. You can do this solo, or if you ally, you can do this as, well, an alliance. One victory goes up, score of victory stays the same. No, science stays the same. Wonder goes up. Economy, I think, goes up as well. Same with conquest, while supremacy you just have to own. That stays the same. So supremacy alliance victory is pretty easy. Now the system. This is our system management. So if I want to, I see how my population is doing. So we're building a Horatio in 10 turns. If you click it, we can colonize a certain system if we wanted to, or move pops if we wanted to. Pretty nice. The colony, this doesn't really do anything. And Vega, just the name. You can see the content. If we want to assign a hero, we could by clicking this and assign a hero. Tells us what we're producing and what we have as construction. Which if you click this, you can change its construction queue or queue something up. And yes, you can have like everything queued if you wanted to. Or if you want to change the type of policy and let this be automatic. It's really nice. So you could play the entire game just from the system's view, basically. Yeah, we're not going to do that, obviously. But it's nice to look at how everything's doing. We looked at the government. Now, we haven't got to election yet, and that's in 19 turns, so we're not going to touch on this too much. But how the Senate breaks down is how your population views it. So we have 4 pops. It tells us we have 4 ecologists. Go to Vega. Even though it says it only has 3, it's 3 population plus your hero. And to get ecologists, there you go, and 10 influence. Right now we have a bit of science as well. If we build the Reveler, our scout, the scientist political faction goes up. So every time we build a science ship, the scientists go up. We build a beautifier, so colony ship, the ecologists will go up. We do cerebral, doesn't do much. Drone, luckily these 2 don't influence politics. The ecologist, this passively increases the support of the ecologist party. The longer it stays effective, the more it's efficient. It takes all our production, but hey, we get 15 health and more growth. And the infant market does increase the ecologists. So that is kind of nice. So that's how. And if you go to war and win fights, military goes up, and so on and so on. But we can't see this just yet. We talked about science. Military ship. So if you can see all the fleets, if you want to retrofit them. We don't really have anything going at the moment, so this is not going to be too much. And same with ship design. You can actually build your own ships, which is really cool. I'm not going to touch it just yet, but I just wanted to showcase, if you are already getting to that point, you just click military status, F5, and this is what the screen will show you. And you know how we got that battle tactic? So this is what we can do. You can edit battle tactics. Is it important? Not really, but it might save you as well. It's kind of a give or take type situation. We're not really going to get naval battles right now, so we're not going to touch on it too big, but you can change policies. And yes, I'm saying not gonna touch it. It's gonna be a couple episodes, but just in case you hit these buttons, I'm trying to tell you what you're gonna see and explain it. So like turn 1, oh, I hit F5. What does F5 do? This is what it does. Hero, we looked at it last time. We can unassign any hero. So cancel what they're doing. I'm not gonna do that because we want them to get experience. But yeah, if you have multiple heroes, you can do that, or show the assignment locations by clicking that, and it tells you where our hero is. Kind of nice. And this unknown location, this is the academy. That's where the heroes spawn from. A lot of lore. We might get into that. Right now, the academy power is level 1, so all heroes will be level 1. It says 7 heroes in the galaxy, 7 empires. But the more heroes are, it'll tell you. And if we own the academy, means we own the system that's in, we can click that and see all the heroes that are out there. We have no hero being progressed, so not much. But actions, events will start unlocking heroes. These 2 buttons, this is any quest. We don't have any quests, so it's not showing up. And same with diplomacy, not showing up. This screen, this is telling us how much money we're making a turn, so we're making 23, kind of nice. Manpower. Manpower is very strong. It's a very important resource. Vega. So every system has some type of manpower defensive strength. If this goes down to 0, an enemy can occupy your system. So you kind of don't want to get down to 0. Also, every ship you build takes manpower. Oh, okay, maybe. Yes, this one takes 40. It's not that big of a deal early game, but if you have very low manpower on a ship, because if you fight battles, you'll lose manpower. If manpower goes down to 0 on a ship, the enemy could take over your ship, so it's kind of, you don't want that to happen. Also, it helps in invasions, but it's going to be a while. This is this influence. That early game will let us get some policy law, so which we'll do. We don't have anomaly on our home system, so it's not major just yet, so we can save some of our influence. But eventually, when we get bigger than 1, we're going to definitely pop that. Or if we colonize the system, we'll pop it, and we'll look at colonization. This tells us our science, how much science we have, and how long it's going to take. Any strategic resources. This is for us. This is only if you see this as Horatio, when we can splice somebody. So we can't splice them just yet. Though if we use an Eden Essence, this will actually, so we're going to do that now because we actually got some. If we click it, for 10 turns, the likelihood of us getting a Zavali will go up. Also, it doubles what we get. So now we get 6 science and happy and plus 4 happiness. And if we splice them, we'll get 2 happiness and 1 science per Horatio. That's really, really nice. And right now we're happy, so we're getting bonus science, and that actually makes this 2 turns cheaper. That is sexy. And you want to definitely check if you can do that early game. Before you end turn 1, this is a very nice. That's not saying we're getting a Horatio, and most likely we will. Because it definitely spawns, it tells you how much chance to increment. So it's 100%. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So each turn, this might change. So luckily, most likely we'll get another Zavali, which I hope we do, so we can splice that and make our Horatio even better. And that's it for the turn. So we're going to go turn 2. And our hero level up. So every turn, there's a chance your hero will get experience. And if we get to... There is attack. Here. Plus 4 experience per turn on fleet, so we get more experience. And ships get experience, and if they do, they will do more damage. Then get refill rate, food, extra movement, and vision. I'm actually going to take this right now because he's a scientist, and extra movement is going to be really nice. So explorers will be able to see farther out. And they can go 6 turns, which is really nice early game. Oh, there's Yedex, which has 2 strategic resources. So you're going to go up, and we found Sing, which doesn't have any strategic resource, so I'm going to keep them going. Now, I could have them come all the way back down. And if I do, there was a way to plan a movement. I still have 2 movement. I don't want to waste it. How do you plan a movement? It's not shift. You know, I completely forget how to plan a movement. There used to be I don't use it often enough. That's why I'm not sure exactly. Let's see. Senate technology, so screen, sleep for a turn. Navigate, increase speed. That's all about. Oh, I guess it won't show it, huh? Okay. But say if I go to the beautifier instead, 4 turns, so we're going to do that. We're going to have that come down to Yiddish. So we're going to colonize 2 different focuses. Now, this would be nice, because we get the City of Streets and Cyberfloor, so extra happiness, science, but I'm going to actually keep going. Yeah, we want strategic resources. And then you can come down here, next turn. So we have a gas giant, which we can't colonize just yet. But we do have a Boreal, which has both strategic resources, so we're going to get to Yedex as soon as possible. And that's what you want to do. You want to plan, scout, see what's out there, and plan to go to your first colonization. We got unlucky where we sent one guy out to the opposite end, but you never know. You don't know until you explore and scout. Could have held him back, but then I missed seeing what Sing is. Luckily, Yedex has 2, and this is what you want to look for, strategic resources early on. And this has Titanium and Hyperium. Pretty actually nice. You get +3 Hyperium a turn, and this is +2 Titanium. Average and abundant resources, basically. And so we want that. So 4 turns, +6. So that took 6 to get there. So 2 turns. So about 7 turns, and we'll have a Yedex. And let's see, did this switch to Zavali? It did, so in 8 turns we will get a Zavali. So we're going to end our turn. And that's it. As we showed, early in the game, the turns move really quickly. So don't worry. But you definitely want to have at least 3 systems colonized by turn 15. Wow. This is a very far system. Okay, so we're going to do an atmospheric probe. Oh, it's a life form. Oh, that's interesting. And we found a Tekken population. So yeah, that life form was a pop. So we got a free pop that's going to our capital. That's really nice. Then I'll have you come down south. Found Wasat. Ooh. It has 2 more anomalies. The probes, we start with 4 the first turn. And then we only had 2. Every turn, we get a new probe. Sometimes it can take up to 2 turns. Other times it can take 3, 4, 5. Probes will recycle themselves over time, but it does take a little bit of time. And so they got 3 turns. Yay. That extra pop will get to us in about 2 turns. Because they only move half of your fastest, half of your average speed. Is it half of your average speed? No, it's your base speed. It moves your base speed. Base speed is usually 3. And you can increase that with a certain text. That's free movement ships, which is really strong. Yeah. Where is it? There's one that does it. I guess I can't see. This is locked, so I guess we cannot see it. Here you go. The base warp drive. So special movement points is 3. So the higher this goes, that's your base, and that's your civilian ship speed. I'm like, it's there somewhere. I forgot where it was. Even though I have like this planned out, I'm like, where is this again? Sometimes you miss stuff. It's okay. Even now, how many times I play this, I still miss a couple things. Okay, 2 turns. Yay. Now we're up to 23, which is really nice. And we found Curious, and we're at the end. At the end of this star. We have an ice planet, and a barren planet. Oh no. This is a really bad system. This is really bad. This is a waste, which is really sad. This will be a great system later on because blue is science, and this is the higher tier. This is the more base science you make. So this is really nice late game. Late game, that's really nice. Looks like we can go back to seeing. Oh, 2 turns until we get there. That hurts. We're going to go to the Savannah because it does have Cyberflora and deciduous trees. Or Hamel. One of them. Okay, those were Sats. Toxic. It has atmospheric and atmospheric. And this, okay, so this is all atmospheric. I'm going to go with the lava first. Poor soil. Okay, so that's a pretty bad anomaly, which you can fix with technology. We got deserted cities and revive and rebuild. That's a nice one because it's extra science. I want to keep on moving. So we have movement. We used up all of our probes. So I still want to see what is out there. Okay, we're just gonna end our turn. Not much more to go. All right. So at turn 5, that's a big change. Turn 5 starts your solo quest. Each faction has a solo quest line. That will give you bonuses and benefits that help your race. And I'm not going to... If you want to read this, you can pause or slow down the stream. I've played this race and read this multiple times. So you get your choice. You can pick multiply, luxury, or power. It just tells you what you need to complete. And depends on how well you're doing, what you might want to do. So this increases the Horatio pop to 12, and we get crafted nutrient. So extra food on origin empire population. Luxury, reach at least 75 luxury stock. We get the cultural apogee center, which is more influence. Or we get power. And in fact, picking one of these will start a different quest line sometimes, which gives you different benefits. So one day you might want to do, say you're playing the Horatio, go multiply, and you'll get an end certain amount of quest goods. Next playthrough you go luxury, you'll get a completely different set, and it's kind of nice. And you just pick how well you're doing. Right now, we got a lot of luxury goods, so getting the cultural apogee early on would be kind of nice. Free food's okay. And getting +4 production is really nice. But the chance of us getting to this point is slow. Although we can get the luxury resources pretty quickly. So I think I'm going to go with the luxury first. When you pick a choice, it'll also open up a new timeline. And since we don't have the cities, we will, and we'll... I think I'm going to go to Hamel, actually. That makes more sense. Has more population and more strategic luxury resources, so that's going to be nice. No idea what's out there. Next turn, we will get our next pop, and we'll have our beautifier. So kind of nice. And we get Xenolinguistics next turn. So now we can do Xeno Industry or Titanium. Economy and Trade. Builders of Wonder. So it'll be the first to have 3 unique star system improvements in your empire. Whenever you build a ship, it goes into the star system's shipyard. It's right here. Since we're building the Reveler, and this is the one nice thing I did about the Switch, we don't need the second scout because there's only one way out at the moment. So we can change Vega's production now and go to drone networks instead. Because I don't need that extra scout at the moment. Eventually we will, but right now we don't. We can put it on the back burner and we can get the drone networks for more production. And we also got the Tekken here. If I go to population, see if we do the Tekken, we get 5 growth per turn if we get them into our nation. And to access to your ship in the shipyard, you can either go out to the main screen and click the shipyard. So it's this little icon right here. Or you can go into the system and click create a new fleet. I'm just going to click it, and then we're going all the way down to Yetix. Oh, first you have to create the fleet, and then they'll move. So you can get there in 2 turns. So next turn, you can start colonizing. Wow, this is really far. And we're in the edge of the star system. So if we own 3 stars, we get extra 15% food. That's going to be really nice because we are going to have that. Then moving down to Hummel. I'm just going to keep going. It's going to take, as I said, take a little bit. Alright, so now we're here at Yetix. And I know already what this planet we're going to colonize is the Boreal. Because it has the titanium and it has the Hyperion, and we want that. So all you do is have a colony ship over a system. You can hit this colony button, and it'll drag you down here. Or you can just right mouse click is how I'm moving between views. And I can just click the Boreale, and it will start a colonization screen. Very pretty artwork. I mean, every single planet type has its own little artwork, and it's so gorgeous. It says low food, weak production, weak dust. And here we go. It says 28 turns for a new pop. It is 300 population right here. It takes 300 food to always grow a population. Right now we grow 11 food a turn. So it's going to take us 28 turns to get there. I could spend 150 dust, which doubles our food production to 22, and that'll drop this down. Or you can do influence, and it says food to outpost. So right now we take 29 food from Vega a turn to send to Yetix. So setting up a colony is very expensive if you don't already like gene spliced. So that does hurt our population growth. So you always want to check that just in case. And this does. And I don't want this to take 28 turns. So I'm going to spend the 150 gold we have to add that to 22. And that takes it down to 14 turns. And next, when we get a shipment of 29 food, that will also help the growth. So this is going to take around, I would say, 8 turns until we actually have Yetix as a colony. And that's going to hurt Vega a little bit. But it's a worthwhile sacrifice because we can get the strategic resource. And wow, there's nothing out there. Holy crap. And you're almost level 2, so that's going to be nice. And when you Even if you don't own a system, you'll still get its strategic resources. Holy, this is the longest space lane I've ever had in this game. I know we're playing an ARM galaxy and it changes how these constellations form, but I've never had this happen before. Usually it's like 2 constellations. Okay then. Fun. Not much. I'm going to have this guy going because he's giving us an extra movement. But then we're going to recall him. And have him set up in Vega. Because this is not being helpful. Sadly. But at this time, we're going to end it here for today, Foxes. We're already at turn 8. That's it. Early game turns move really quickly as you just click. Point and click and see where you want to colonize. That's why we're going to Hummel and Yedex. Because this is way too far away. I need our 3rd system up, so we'll get Hummel. Now, I'm going to wait. After I get Yedex done, I'm going to wait to Vega until we get the 2nd Zavali, so we can gene splice. I kind of want to wait just a little bit extra. Luckily, right now, we're really happy, so it gives us extra food and influence. I almost want to bring our hero back. But I'm not going to just yet. See if I can get more experience. But thank you, Foxes, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit that like. And next episode, we most likely will have our next system. Yedex. Yay! Now what we're going to do, though, after Drone Networks is move to Xeno Industry. Because it gives us... Well, actually still going to give us 10 production. So this is 10 fertile, 10 temperate. If this planet was fertile, temperate, and, well, a planet, it gives us actually 30 production. So this planet was give us 20 production. This is only give us 10, 10, and 10. Not the best, but the best is, it's okay. It works. It works. And you're fertile, so you'll give us 20. And Hummel, you're hot though. Yay. We like hot planets. Alright, Foxies, till then, peace.